Well, hello again, and welcome to another episode of Harebrained Games. We're bringing part 3 of 4 of our series on games for the holidays to recommend or consider for yourself or others. Again, these are games that I chose from the 2018-2009, somewhat modern current areas, only adding in games that I thought were earlier, but that were so demonstrably valuable in a list that they couldn't be ignored to add. So with that, let's get to the top 10 medium games. These are games that aren't show-stoppingly complex matters that bring your mind to its knees, but they are games that take a little bit of understanding, a little bit of learning, and a little bit of patience. So they wouldn't be something you would give to Grandma Grumpkin, who's just finished up a Thanksgiving meal and pines for the days of hearts and spades. These are the ones that you would say, hey, we have a dedicated group of people who are used to playing games, modern board gaming, and that might like to try something interesting. So without further ado, let's get to the game for you. Okay, our first one is, if you have a chance, and while supplies last, Ancient Civilizations of the Inner Sea is top-notch, medium game. It is a barrel full of laughs, and it's still a war game-like game. Imagine that. Yeah, it's an incredibly well pulled off game. You'll love it when the cards come, when you get to throw some smackdown cards at other civilizations. You're not going to like it when it comes back at you. It's variable as far as how long you can play it, for how much you want to play it, all day long, a couple hours, etc. Highly recommended. Dungeon Alliance is probably is a very interesting Diablo-like dungeon crawling game. A lot of dungeon crawling games, you get into this sort of strategy and the monsters and stuff. Dungeon Alliance is more like swing your sword and knock things out and bash and crash and bam and all that. And it's, other than Massive Darkness, it's the closest thing to a Diablo-like experience on an analog form. Rising Sun, for those of you who liked Blood Rage several years ago, Rising Sun doubles up on that and adds a different sort of Rising Sun kind of feel that makes it very entertaining. I can't remember if it's 4 players or not, but it's not a large party game, but it's definitely one that you're going to find entertaining all the time you're playing it. Coimbra is a delightfully colorful, delightfully interesting game that does absolutely nothing new as far as innovating, but just is so polished and fun. You will like being able to build up points and mess with stake your claim on this Coimbra board, etc. Heroes of Land, Sea, and Air is the most interesting dudes on the map game I've played in a couple years. Dudes on a map is like Axis and Allies, or things where you're putting actual pieces, you're moving them around. Heroes of Land, Sea, and Air is an over-the-top experience component-wise. It's a huge map, big pieces, big placards, everything's big, and you're moving them around, and you've got your sort of like building up your upgrade path and beating on stuff. It's great. If you can get 2, 3, especially a 4-player game, and spend the entire day after Thanksgiving or sometime during the Christmas season doing that, you will probably be very happy that you did. Wildlands is a game that is a throw yourself into this arena and fight. It's a little bit different. It's dude or two on a map, and it's just hard to describe, but it's if you want some wild entertainment, it's probably not the most important one that I would put in the middle medium games, but it's one that I definitely think is something, if you get a chance to try it and you have a few people that just love to just have a rollicking time in this sort of like map that's very claustrophobic, you run into people to hit and punch and smack all the time, because that's what the season's all about. Street Masters. I haven't done the review yet, but I'm playing through several scenarios now, and it has retired several other games of its type for me, simply on the merits of the quality and the depth of what you can do and the feeling that you're doing really cool things. Yeah, it's, whoa, kung fu, in a box. Star Wars Outer Rim. For those who liked space sandbox games, there's not a ton of them, but there are. Star Wars Outer Rim just kind of takes that and turns it into this sort of semicircle of coolness. It is a fun way to just go romping around this, once again, semicircle of coolness in the galaxy, steering clear of or taking on different things, getting bounties, bounty hunting. You can buy and sell, you can attack, and there's a lot to it. It's really well done. It needs more content over time. I'm looking forward to seeing if they'll put out some more content over time. But if you like Star Wars, this is the game. It's not the greatest Star Wars game, but it's definitely up there as far as entertainment value goes. Undaunted Normandy is a two-player game that if you have a chance to play, you should probably do it if you like strategic, tactical, squad-level combat. I love it. Review, again, I haven't done yet, but I would say that it ranks up there for just being a delightful and really compelling, despite the fact that it's so simplified, game about being in Normandy, getting off the beaches, making your way through these campaign missions, the small squad, making your way through, dealing with the same perils and dangers that World War II people did, but not in this deep war game kind of way. So Tapestry is the latest Civ-like game that's come out from Stonemaier Games, which usually does very high quality components and very generally smooth gameplay. Tapestry is about Civ building per se, although it's really sort of a puzzle Civ. You don't get like the Indians versus the Germans versus the French versus the Egyptians. You get kind of a customized ideological civilization, and then you build it up over these tracks. Everyone kind of building and jockeying for the same like resources of track until whoever wins, has the most victory point wins. Australia is a game about zombies that I like, and I don't like zombie games. I like very few of them. I just don't like the zombie thing. It just doesn't do anything for me. Australia is a fantastic solo experience and a great multiplayer experience, as you really feel like you're spending the first half of the game just trying to prepare, find stuff, expose, explore, build, set up these sort of Victorian era tanks and stuff, and then the second half is this dread of when are these creatures going to come out and smack on me, and really, really good. It's probably will be on a decent sale because I don't think it's sold tremendously well, which is sad. And finally, if you find this anywhere, SEAL Team Flicks is the best flicking game there is. That's almost true. I mean, there are very few games that I like more than SEAL Team Flicks. I did a review on it. You can go back and check it. But if you have a chance to play this, imagine Metal Gear Solid feel in a flicking game. And that's it. That's what I have. Once again, if anybody has any other suggestions on, hey, you guys, if you like medium games, check out this, because I don't buy everything. I try, but I don't. Anyway, thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Harebrained Games.